It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Lakers as they go up against the Philadelphia 76ers at Wells Fargo Center. For Philadelphia, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. And Kenny, we have lots to talk about. One thing coming up on the horizon, the trade deadline. Front offices have had time to evaluate rosters. What are your feelings about blockbuster in-season trades?
Huge deals are rare in the season, Ernie. You know,
Huge
typically
deals.
huge deals. You know, but typically they come in the offseason because teams have time to nurture and bring them together. But there have been some great trades in midseason, so you can find new life right after the trade deadline, a la Clyde Drexler of the Houston Rockets, to get us our second championship.
Good point. New players would be slow to acclimate. But, Ernie, I think at times you risk disrupting chemistry.
Sometimes worth the risk and sometimes not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a nut, and sometimes I don't.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Everyone is in their seats here at the Wells Fargo Center as the 76ers look to grab a win here in Philadelphia. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The Philadelphia 76ers, they won their last contest, that game against Phoenix. It was a close game. They needed overtime to finish them off.
And that was not an easy game for them. I mean, they barely hung on at the end of regulation before they were able to pull it out in overtime.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough battle all night. I thought their great conditioning was the difference in the outcome.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Well, guys, Luke Walton played 10 seasons in the NBA, but it wasn't until near the end in 2011 that he started to consider coaching. Walton says, "I never thought about it until I hurt my back." Now, while he was out of action, Phil Jackson invited him to sit in on the coaches' meetings. Walton said, "I realized that I liked that side of the game." And Kevin, he succeeded Phil Jackson as head coach of the Lakers. Back to you.
It definitely did, David. He won titles when he played for the Lakers. Now he'll try to bring that winning mindset back to L.A. And both these teams very aggressive. Looking at early offense, transition defense, I think would be critical. What do you think?
Up-tempo basketball, Kevin. Up-tempo basketball. Right now, the pace. How do you control the pace? You got to control the boards. You got to be aggressive on the defensive end because this game can get out of hand if you don't get back on deep.
Tip-off goes to the Lakers. And now the Lakers starting group. Ball runs point with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to his side. They're the backcourt. Ivica Zubac is out there with Larry Nance, and it's Barnes, and it's small forward. Here's the screen, and the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
I think you'll probably see more arguments on those illegal screen calls than just about any other play. Maybe the charge call, but guys never think they're moving.
Now, here's Holmes. Fultz the pass to Holmes. Now, here's Fultz. D right on him. Tries it from the top of the key. It's hauled in by Zubac. The Lakers with the ball. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, that huge double OT win, that's something you don't quickly forget. I love the action, the intensity, And boy, did they play some phenomenal basketball.
And the officials call a traveling violation. Here's Los Angeles now to the paint, and stolen by Simmons. The feed to Fultz. Pass to Holmes. It's stolen by Nance. Ball with it. Playing Houston, he was nearly unstoppable. Dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Pass to Nance. Back to Caldwell Pope. 6 on the shot clock. Got a piece of it.
And don't forget about the long reach that Simmons possesses. He uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with blocks like that.
And here's Los Angeles. Inside. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Redick with it. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Outside, Simmons. And Redick kicks to Holmes. 3 on the clock. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. And it's denied. Caldwell Pope outside. He dishes it to Barnes. Back to Caldwell Pope. Now here's Ball. Guarded by Embiid. Ball no good. The 76ers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And Redick kicks to Fultz. Down low. And Simmons slams it in.
And how about the connection Simmons has with his guys? Once the lob is on its way, you know he's going to finish in style.
And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. And so it's the 76ers getting on the board first. Barnes, right side. Here's Nance. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Simmons dishes to Fultz. And the pass to Holmes. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And for the Sixers, a lot of missed rookie seasons over the years. First Nerlens Noel, then Joel Embiid, now Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but in many cases, I think they drafted them knowing they might be out of commission for a while. Still, I think the Philly fans probably hope not to hear the phrase foot fracture for a long time. Hopefully, they can keep everybody healthy and get this thing moving forward.
2 shots.
That one is off. And he sinks the second. Well, as we go deeper into the season, we see some teams, Chris, really start to shuffle things around with injuries. And what's it like playing on a team that is dealing with a lot of players that are injured?
It's frustrating. You don't know how much confidence to have in your team. You don't know what to believe in, what not to believe in. Rehabilitation is one of the most frustrating parts of playing in the game because it's boring, it's monotonous. You just continue to do the same thing every day. You start to feel kind of disconnected from your team, and you kind of start feeling down and bad. And so that feeling can become contagious on a team with injuries because you really honestly know that there's nothing else you can do but wait to heal. And so that's really frustrating. So being on a team with a lot of players injured, it's just frustrating. The only thing you can do is to encourage those players that are getting playing time to use this time to improve their game so that when everyone does come back, hopefully some good will come out of it.
That free throw good from Caldwell Pope.
And you really got to be in awe at the way that Contavious Caldwell Pope plays defense. so disciplined in this era of three-point shooting to kind of stay home on fakes and playing great position defense. He just sticks to his man like glue.
And Caldwell Pope drops them both. Now with Caldwell Pope, it's not like he's playing defense on just anyone. Greg, he usually draws the opposing team's top scorer as his nightly assignment.
Yeah, and he's earned that responsibility because of his play. I mean, typically plays a ton of minutes and never slows down during the game. All around fantastic defensively.
Here's Simmons. Lays it up and banks it in. Simmons got his second bucket of the game to go.
And really, not much else you can do against Simmons. That close to the cup, this guy just too clever.
There's the screen. Passes to Zubac. Shoots over Embiid, and that one goes long.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possesses.
Now here's Fultz. A 20-point game for him in the win against Phoenix. Redick with the three. It's hauled in by Zubac. Lakers trail by 3. Caldwell Pope up top, covered by Redick. It's deflected. Here's Simmons, coming off a solid outing against Phoenix. Up top, Embiid. Fultz the pass to Embiid. Caldwell Pope against Redick. Over in the corner, Fultz. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Nance. Top of the key ball. It's stolen by Fultz. And now the 76ers on the break. Fultz with the ball. Caldwell Pope with some nice D.
Thought he was going to be able to take advantage of the D there. He had the space.
Nailed from three-point land. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points so far.
And Caldwell Pope can be a volume three-point shooter, meaning when he gets a lot of attempts from there, he can fill it up from downtown.
Holmes can't get it to go in. The Lakers trail. And here is Ball. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. He feeds it to Nance. There's the screen. Pass to Zubac. Lakers passing it around. Clock at 4. The three from Barnes. The shot comes out. Good D by Embiid. Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep in. Embiid the screen. Fultz kicks to Redick. To the inside. Here's Embiid. Count it from 12.
Oh, he's shooting a fantastic mark from the field to begin this one.
Lakers trail by 4. Now Ball. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game.
And Caldwell Pope just blows past defenders with his speed. Just a sensational finisher all around the bucket.
Caldwell Pope against Redick. Here's Fultz. That three off the mark.
A frustrating start to this quarter for him.
Ball, the pass to Zubac. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Philadelphia shooting 33% here in the first quarter. Simmons with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Simmons dishes to Embiid. Shoots over Ball. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. 6 points for Joel Embiid. Lakers trail by 4. Ball kicks to Nance. There's the pick. Feeds the ball. Now here's Caldwell Pope. He definitely had a good game in their win against the Rockets. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Redick, here we go. And he lays it straight in. Redick's got his first points in this one.
Yeah, his instincts are on display here. Fultz, a really good passer, excels at setting up teammates for easy looks.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And for Joel Embiid, some real tough times to start his NBA career. Greg sidelined, as we know, for the first 2 seasons with injuries. And just when he got going in season 3, he was dealt a knee injury.
Yeah, it has not been easy. And remember, Joel Embiid is so competitive. He came to the game late, but fell for it hard. And this is what he lives for, to be out on the court helping his team compete.
The 76ers leading by 4. Kicks to Covington. Down low. Johnson up top, covered by Bogut. Pass to McConnell. Screen by Sharch. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And T.J. McConnell, undrafted out of Arizona, but he caught on with the Sixers, and I tell you what, made an immediate impact. Standing at about 6'2" and just over 200 pounds, he brings that physicality at the defensive end of the floor.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Greg, you were a defensive-minded guard. Do you see any similarities to what McConnell brings to the table?
I love his toughness. He's got quick feet, a strong lower base, and, he gets into you, and he racks up his fair share of steals because of it.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And here is Los Angeles now. 6-point game. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
A really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
Well, their bench provided that spark. Points they may not have had otherwise. I thought that was really the difference in this game.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And Anderson kicks to Sharch. That one misses. Lakers trail by 4. They push it up 4 on 3. Clarkson with the ball. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Shot clock at 6. There's the pass to Kuzma. Misses the 3.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
Now, here's McConnell. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. It's stolen by Bogut. And here they come. In the corner, it's Clarkson. Barnes against Anderson. Here's Kuzma. And he's good on the 3-ball. Now just a 1-76ers lead.
I don't think they were expecting that shot. They didn't really make an effort to get out on it.
Covington against Curry. Now here's Covington. He's covered closely. Just 5 to shoot. Step back shot. And so the ball out of bounds. Bogut touched it last. And a look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Philadelphia.
And even when the deep 3 has been there, they've stayed away from it. They're working hard to get shots from close range, resisting that urge to get too loose with their shot selection.
A minute 20 left to play in the first. Johnson with a screen on Bogut. Anderson passes to Sharch, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And a sigh of relief for the Lakers back in May when they remained in the top 3 and were able to keep their draft pick.
Well, all the talk about the great talent in the 2017 draft. Not a year you want to be left on the outside looking in. Able to get Lonzo Ball because of that fortune.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
And really few teams in NBA history have undertaken the sort of extreme makeover the Sixers did over the last 4 years. And a lot of losing along the way, but the fans have been surprisingly supportive of the rebuilding process.
Clock at 6. Now, here's Clarkson. He's covered by McConnell. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And before the rebuild, the Sixers for a long time were stuck in mediocrity. Treading water, Greg, as they might say.
Yeah, and it's hard to make that leap without top draft picks. And the Sixers plumbed the depths, if you will. Now, though, I think they've found their treasure trove.
First free throw is good. And the Lakers, Greg, for a long time could rely on the lure of Los Angeles to draw top free agents. History does a lot, it seems.
Yeah, Paul George listing them on his short list shows they still have that pull, but the Lakers will be big players in free agency, I believe, in the near future.
J.J. Barea is checked in for the Lakers. That one drops. He ties it up.
Former first-team All-Rookie after being picked in the second round. Clarkson, a draft day steal.
Anderson up top. 35 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Saric, the turnaround jumper. Count it. 29 seconds left to play in the first. Barea kicks to Bogut, and count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Free throw no good for Bogut.
An NBA All-Rookie first team, then much later, an NBA champion. Bogut's had every other kind of season in between.
McConnell passes to Anderson. Johnson with a screen on Bogut. Shot from the wing, and there's Saric on the assist by Anderson. Saric has got his second basket of the night. Here's Clarkson. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Philadelphia ahead, up by 2. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
And listen, I have the utmost respect for JJ and Coach K and what they've done there. And then listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kevin. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
Just playing suffocating defense. That's been the difference here for them.
And really, for the whole first quarter, they've maintained their intensity. Let's see how long they can sustain it.
Dario Saric is out there with Anderson. Then it's Robert Covington. Then it's Johnson. And it's McConnell in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Now here's Johnson. Here's Saric. And again, it's Philadelphia.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Clarkson kicks to Barea. Back to Clarkson. Shot clock at 6. This one for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Clarkson's got 5.
You know Clarkson loves to drive, but he's also improving from distance.
Now, here's McConnell. He's guarded closely. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3. Lakers trail by 5. Pass to Kuzma. They set the pick. The dish to Curry. Over Saric. Goes back up. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard. Certainly been a good month for these teams on the offensive glass. The 76ers in second.
They have been aggressive underneath. I mean, they're playing with a physicality that you don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
And he makes the first. And Chris, you were the #1 overall draft pick back in 1993. We've seen a lot of greats taken with that pick, but it also seems that those #1 picks who aren't as successful face a lot of pressure, a lot of criticism. There's a lot on your plate to handle. Can you talk about that for us?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure for some players being the #1 pick. But I've always laughed and I've thought about, players that maybe people say maybe they were a bust, maybe this player wasn't good. Well, I think you should go back and look at the GM that picked them. I mean, the GM is the guy that assesses talent, So when there were a few players that were picked #1, and many players said, "What are you doing? We've played against him. We would never pick him #1." So before that, I think the NBA is about opportunity and situation. Look at a guy like Chauncey Billups. He went to Boston. He didn't do well at Boston. They called him a malcontent, said he couldn't play, and then he ended up being one of the best leaders that the game had. And so this game is all about situation and opportunity. Can you find the right fit? That's why if you're a player, you can't let frustration get to you. You have to continue to work hard, continue to prove your game, because when you play, you're auditioning for the other teams in the league as well. They're saying, wait a minute, we see his unique talent, skills, and we see his unique skill set, and we could use him. And so many times you just have to wait for the right position, the right situation.
Here's Caldwell Pope after the basket by Dario Saric. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Saric.
And Caldwell Pope is a guy you cannot leave open at any time. He's just a very good shooter from any spot on the floor.
And with Caldwell Pope, a player who worked on his outside shot and got it to a point, Chris, where he is a threat now on the perimeter. Has that signature plant and drift type of jump shot, but it works for him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, all Contavious needed was a little bit of time. I mean, it just takes a little time to get better in this league. KCP went from being average to deadly in the span of a year.
And he knocks down the first one. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Johnson. Rashawn Holmes comes in for Saric. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Anderson. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Robert Covington. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And for the Sixers, trust the process was the motto. And the process now finally bearing fruit. You see the young talent. Now it's about figuring out how all these pieces fit together.
Now here's Simmons. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Now here's Ball, covered by Redick. Ball, the pass to Zubac. Embiid with the steal. Holmes can't get it to go in. Los Angeles has gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. You were talking about the fit for these young Sixers. A bit of a logjam in recent seasons in their front court.
Yeah, I mean, they were in talent acquisition mode, just going for the best player available. And now as they see things taking shape, it's time to try and balance the roster.
Philadelphia with the ball, following the bucket by the Lakers. And Fultz gets it to go.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Lakers have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. To the wing on the left. Ball kicks to Zubac. The feed to Barea. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Dishes it to Ball. And stolen by Redick. Now the 76ers on the break. Here's Embiid. Finished off the break. Embiid's got 8 points.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Ball kicks to Nance. There's a screen. And Barea has it in the corner. Off target with his 3. The 76ers lead. And Simmons kicks to Fultz. Embiid sets the pick for Fultz. Pass to Embiid.
Well, the Lakers are enduring the worst 5-year stretch in the franchise's history. They've missed the playoffs in consecutive seasons only once, and that was back in the mid-'70s. Last season, their 4th straight in the lottery.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Performed well thus far this season with a 78% clip.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. The Lakers making a switch here. Ennis is checked in. And Embiid drops them both.
What an advantage for a big man to have, that smooth stroke at the line.
Ball kicks to Ennis. Here's Ball. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Caldwell Pope. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And the Lakers have always considered themselves a championship or bust type of franchise.
Well, that mentality runs up against the reality of their situation. I mean, they seem to have accelerated the process with some draft fortune and free agent signings. I mean, especially with Magic coming back, you know the magic is back. This upcoming offseason will be a big one for them.
Free throw good from Caldwell Pope. Well, Chris, NBA players will go around to every arena at least once in a season. Does each arena have its own feel and look? And how does that impact players when they play on the floor? A depth perception from the basket to the last row. They've told me that every building feels different. Is that true?
Yeah, every building does feel different, but because every player is different, you know, it just depends on which guy and which arena. You know, I used to love Portland because it was dark in Portland and it felt warm in there. I don't know why. I mean, I can't really even explain that well, but I used to love playing in Portland. And I know some guys that have an arena that is bright, or they just love getting there, or maybe they just love that city. So a lot of times, I tell you what arena I really loved, and it was the first time I went to Boston Garden, because I just sat and I stretched on the floor probably for the longest of any game, because I sat there and I touched the parquet floor and I got to look up at all the banners, and I, you know, kind of reading the banners there and who played there and what year they won, and tried to remember that team. And so in some arenas it's just special because who's performed there, who's been there before you, and so every arena has a different feel.
That's a great answer.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops for Embiid. Lakers setting a record last season for the most losses by 35 points or more in NBA history.
Yeah, fair to say that's not the kind of history you want to set. But Coach Luke Walton is accustomed to being on the winning side of those kind of beatdowns in Golden State. The team made a lot of moves in the offseason to try and avoid that again this year.
Now here's Ennis. It's rebounded by Fultz. Beyond the arc. And there's Redick. That's good on the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got his third assist on the night. Lakers trail by 8. Ennis kicks to Nance. They set the screen to the inside. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Zubac has got his second bucket of the night.
Wow, he had a rough first quarter, but he didn't let it get him down. He's gotten off to a hot start in this second period.
Embiid sets the pick for Fultz. Holmes sets a screen. Simmons dishes to Embiid. Clock at 6. Embiid the screen. Here's Simmons. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Simmons got the lead up to 8 now for the 76ers. Ball, the pass to Caldwell Pope. And here's Ennis. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Outside, Redick. He kicks to Simmons. Shoots over Ball. No good from Simmons.
He keeps battling, but so far this quarter, he hasn't been able to get it going.
Ball, the pass to Zubac.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Philadelphia leading by 4. Fultz kicks to Holmes. Holmes, that's a screen. Nance against Simmons. Puts it up from 12. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
Now here's Nance. A 17-point game for him in the win against Houston.
Oh, and don't forget about the heavy lifting he did on the glass all evening. He controlled the game in a number of ways. Just an unbelievable effort on the glass tonight. Not quite airtight defense right there, but his release was a little bit off on the jump.
Redick up top. 33 points last game. Lakers trail by 4. Ball dishes to Nance. And Nance slams it in.
Yeah, how about the vision there by Ball, showing the unselfishness, just being a willing passer.
The 76ers shooting well, 50% from the floor. Fultz the pass to Holmes. Simmons against Caldwell Pope. Holmes, that's a screen. Simmons, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Simmons got 4 points in the quarter.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. Well, always interesting to check out the first-year stars of the NBA, and on that list are the rookies who have been almost automatic from the field this past month. In the third spot, Markelle Fultz. Fourth, Lonzo Ball.
And both of them are just explosive scorers around the rim, able to get in close, and that's a key to getting high percentage shots.
They get it back. Here's Embiid. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
The active defense making things very hard on him as he goes in for the layup.
Ennis kicks to Nance. Pass to Zubac. Nance a screen. Nobody near Barnes. A three-pointer is right on target.
Oh, simple screen, but there was a defensive mix-up that left the man wide open.
Now here's McConnell. He's guarded close inside and finished off by Fultz.
Yeah, you got to be aware of that overall athleticism of Fultz. Awesome at getting inside and finishing with power.
Now here's Ennis. Nance a screen. They set the pick. Curry kicks to Nance. Now here's Zubac, guarded by Holmes. Pulls up on the wing. That one a little long.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now here's McConnell. He has 6. Here's Ennis, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
For Los Angeles, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Free throw drops for Ennis. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Johnson, he's checked in for Embiid. Sharch comes in for Rashawn Holmes. Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Simmons. And Robert Covington subbed in for Fultz. And good on the second, so he makes them both. The 76ers leading. Feeds to Covington. He dishes it to Sharch. Over Barnes. And it comes off the front of the rim. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Now Clarkson. He's got 5. They set the pick. Trying his luck deep. The shot missing. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. 76ers lead by 1. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to check out the first half of action. Joel Embiid having an outstanding game. He had 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 steal. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, they've been rewarded for dumping the ball inside, keeping the defense honest. You have to mix it up. A little bit outside, a little bit inside. Now that separates teams.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Lakers?
The three-point shot has really, really helped them out. I don't always like to see teams rely on the 3, but when it's dropping like that, I say roll with it. They keep setting good screens, running these pick and rolls, they'll be tough to beat.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
As we return to Philadelphia, we give you a scenic view of the downtown skyline of this terrific city. A stunning sight. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Joel Embiid has been sensational.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, and then it wasn't all dunks. I mean, they were squaring up with confidence, and that became contagious.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Philadelphia shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. So for the Lakers right now, ball runs point with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to his side. They're the backcourt. Harrison Barnes is out there with Larry Nance, and it's Zubac in at the 5 spot.
And Fultz pulling from deep is a thing of beauty, consistent in terms of burying those long ones from beyond.
And Luke Walton, the Lakers' 6th head coach in the last 6 seasons, counting interims. I think they're going to be patient with him, though, as he rebuilds.
I hope so. I mean, the fact that he's a familiar face, a SoCal native, and a former Laker helps buy patience from the fans. Also, his deal is guaranteed through 2020. They need to give him a chance.
Here's Holmes. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. Holmes kicks to Embiid. Stolen by Zubac. For the tie. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, you really like seeing Caldwell-Pope earning these calls on the shot. I mean, it makes him that much more difficult to guard.
Well, we don't always get what we want, Chris, but if you were in charge of the dunk contest, which 4 players would you personally pick to make up the field?
Man, it's so tough. Wow. I think I definitely want to go with Levine. He's, the ex-dunk champ.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, Westbrook, I think Paul George would be great in there. Of course, LeBron, Griffin. I mean, I don't know. Davis. There's so many high flyers. I just think it's so tough because sometimes the smaller guys have the advantage. Big guys feel like they can't do it because they won't be as exciting. I mean, even our worst dunk contest, I've fallen in love with because you get to see some incredible things. But, yeah, I'd start with them, but so many other players you can pick.
And it's tied up with that one.
Well, he's not making any mistakes up there today. Another solid trip to the line for him.
Caldwell-Pope against Redick. No one near Fultz as he lets it go. And Embiid is right there. Embiid's got 15 points.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Now here's Caldwell-Pope. 13 points in the game. The pass to Zubac. Over Embiid. He doesn't hit that one. And Philadelphia the other way now. Fultz kicks to Simmons. He feeds it to Redick. Passes it to Holmes. Back to Redick. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Fultz. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize.
As off the mark as he has been, they're a little lucky to be in front.
Leaving the rest of the field in the dust.
Well, while he's out there making the play, everyone else is watching. Solid individual effort right there.
Now, here's Fultz. 7 points in the game. It's Redick on the wing, covered by Nance. Caldwell-Pope against Redick. Caldwell-Pope dishes the ball. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. And we see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Fultz.
Well, you have to think that he is going to look to go to the rim a little more often going forward because the 3 ball just hasn't been there. Sometimes it seems he's not getting his feet set or rushing his shooting motion, but either way, it just ain't falling.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Kicks it to Simmons. Redick setting the pick for Simmons. Over in the corner, Fultz. Embiid the screen. Off the pick. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. 9 points for Markelle Fultz. Los Angeles has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Barnes kicks to Caldwell Pope. They set the screen. Holmes with the steal. Now here's Fultz. Not a lot of room. Lets it go from deep. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Ball kicks to Caldwell Pope. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Caldwell Pope's got 6 here in this quarter. The 76ers leading by 3. Fultz kicks to Holmes. The dish to Simmons. Embiid sets the pick for Simmons. 6 to shoot. And it's in there. And the 76ers lead by 5.
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him. And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
It's effort, it's ability. He also has incredible instincts.
Now here's Fultz. He's got 12. Simmons with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Here's Embiid, and he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Embiid's got 17 now.
He's reason number 1 there in front. I mean, his shooting has been almost flawless.
Ball, the pass to Barnes. Nan's a screen. Now here's Ball. Defense right on him to the middle. Here's Zubats. No good on that one. Good D by Embiid. The 76ers leading by 7. Now here's Fultz. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. Holmes, that's a screen. And Simmons kicks to Embiid. Shoots over Zubats. Embiid, no good.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, that just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
Caldwell Pope with a wide open look from outside off the mark.
He'll be beating himself up if they can't come back because he is not carrying his weight with the offensive.
Redick with it, now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Redick dishes to Fultz. Simmons on the wing. Embiid, the pass to Simmons. Over Nance. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Lakers trail by 7.
And Ben Simmons, who was the first pick in 2016 out of LSU, probably the most heralded player to come out of that school since the great Shaquille O'Neal. And I tell you what, Simmons has drawn some comparisons to some other greats, most notably LeBron James and Magic Johnson.
Now Simmons following the miss by Lonzo Ball from deep. Barnes against Simmons. Embiid kicks to Simmons. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here. Greg, the Sixers want to ease him into it, but they see Ben Simmons not just as a point forward, but a point guard as well.
And he's got all the ability. Think about this. The Sixers haven't had a player 6'10 or taller average over 3 assists since Wilt Chamberlain back in 1967. The second they drafted Simmons, you knew that would change.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Amir Johnson's checked in for Embiid. Saric comes in for Rashawn Holmes. Robert Covington's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Fultz. And that one misses.
And the Australian Simmons, a star in the making, folks. Thanks really in part to that tremendous skill set to go along with that gigantic frame.
Now, here's McConnell. It's stolen by Barea. Now the Lakers on the break. With the floater. Johnson with the block. Fast break, Philadelphia. And that one's good. Simmons got 12.
And love watching Simmons run the floor, just eating up so much space in so little time.
And the Lakers call time here. And as well as Johnson shoots from outside, Chris, he's a fearsome finisher around the rim.
Well, this is what you want from him, to do more than shoot outside. Set a great screen, dive to the rim, finish strong.
Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Philadelphia.
And all right, a chance to check out stats for Covington. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging 9 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
Take a break.
He hustles, does the little
Two
things,
shots.
just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
And he knocks down the first one. No good on the second free throw. Philadelphia leading by 10. The feed to Anderson. Covington against Clarkson. The kick out to Anderson. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
There isn't any player in the league who's going to pass up that shot. There was nobody near.
Barea with it. He's got 6. Here's Barnes. Banked in off the glass. Barnes has got 4 points this quarter.
Did anybody see any defensive presence on that play? I mean, he's not going to blow that layup. It was wide open.
Dishes it to Covington. Anderson outside. Clarkson against Covington. 6 to shoot. Screen by Sharch. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Deep 2 from Anderson. Off the left rim and out. Here's Barea. The rebound by Johnson. Here's Philadelphia. They're on an 18-7 run. And it's Anderson that time on the assist by McConnell. Anderson's got the lead up to 13 now for the 76ers. LA's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Clarkson. He's got 5. Six on the shot clock. Can't capitalize on the good screen. The 76ers leading by 13. Johnson the screen. McConnell passes to Johnson. Sharch with the screen for Anderson. Lets a floater go, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. For Philadelphia, they have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game. Free throw, good, Anderson. And both free throws good for Anderson. Here's Barea. He's got 6. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
He tries for 3. Another miss by Barea.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Johnson the screen. Anderson outside. The 76ers with another miss. Curry dishes to Barnes. And the layup's good off the glass. Barnes has got 9.
Well, he's doing his best to get them back into this game. He's been money from the field.
Pass to Covington. Johnson outside. And Anderson kicks to McConnell. Screen by Sharch. And here's Anderson from the arc. The shot off that time. Lakers trail by 13. Left side, Curry. In the corner, it's Clarkson. Here's the screen. Launches it. Rebound by the 76ers.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, because you're spread out. It can be difficult to contest these shots, but not for him.
And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Fultz, he's checked in for the 76ers. The Lakers also with a sub. Zubac is checked in. Now here's Covington. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Sharch, no good on the shot. Good D by Barnes. 54 seconds left in the third. Curry kicks to Barea. Lakers passing it around. They set the pick. Clarkson with the ball. Now guarded by Fultz. From deep, Barea. That shot is off. And it's Philadelphia the other way.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Redick is checked in. The Lakers also with a sub. Ennis is checked in. Lakers trail by 13. Curry passes to Barnes. Feeds it to Ennis. From 12 feet out. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Clarkson's got 7 points in the game.
Never backing down. Clarkson, unafraid to shoot with a hand in his face.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Covington setting the pick for Fultz. It's stolen by Ennis. From 13, the shot, no good. Fultz. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's Philadelphia. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We come back right after this. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Lakers trail by 11. Redick and Covington make up the perimeter. Dario Saric is out there with Amir Johnson. And it's Fultz in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
No doubt for me, the offense looks better in the second half. They've been able to dial down those turnovers, and that's been a huge help.
He kicks it to Covington. Johnson the screen. Redick with the three. Good on the three-point shot. Redick's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the 76ers. On the wing, Barnes. Pass to Zubac. Back to Barnes. Got a hand on it. Saric against Barnes. And Saric kicks to Covington. The pass to Redick. Puts up a three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Johnson with the block.
Oh, the rim protection from Johnson. One more thing that makes him special.
Covington dishes to Johnson. Yes, that goes in. And the 76ers lead by 16.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Curry with the three. Los Angeles with another miss. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Barnes against Saric. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Los Angeles with another miss.
One made three formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Lakers trail by 21. Ennis passes to Zubac. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. There's the pick. Clock at 6. Barnes. And that one goes long.
And they've just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Yeah, trying to recapture momentum. When the tide's running against you, very difficult to do. What will the young kids say today? Ride that wave.
And the Lakers call time here. Some changes for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid comes in for Amir Johnson. And it's Rashawn Holmes in for Saric. The Lakers also making some changes. Larry Nance is checked in for Barnes. Caldwell Pope comes in for Seth Curry. And Ball subbed in for Tyler Ennis. Now here's Caldwell Pope. A floater. Good on the bucket. Caldwell Pope's got 19 points.
He didn't let that first half get him down. He has come out firing on all cylinders to begin this second half.
Here's Fultz. Here's Holmes. And there's the bucket. Stand with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Clarkson kicks to Nance. Back to Clarkson. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
The thing about Clarkson, he really plays with an edge, especially once he gets it up inside.
Here's Fultz. Sweet little floater. Fultz has got 10 points here in the second half.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Passes it to Ball. He dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Three-pointer. Good on the triple. 22 points for him.
Don't forget, he had a 3 in the first half. He can really hurt you from out there.
And here's Fultz. Holmes, that's a screen. Fultz with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. Left side, Redick shoots the 3. That shot, no good. So the Lakers will take it the other way. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game against the Hornets. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand. Ball kicks to Clarkson. And again, it's the Lakers from deep. Here's Fultz. And Holmes now top of the key. He feeds it to Fultz. Kicks to Embiid. Now here's Fultz. Defense is right there. The shot, no good. Lakers trail by 18. Now Ball. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Oh, man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Simmons checked in for Robert Covington. Now here's Ball. Shot clock at 6. The dish to Caldwell Pope. From deep three-point range, Simmons pulls it in. Simmons got 5 rebounds tonight. And then Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he seizes it.
And that last replay, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now, here's Caldwell Pope. Zubac's the best of Caldwell Pope. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Chris, you look at the way the game is played now. We have seen some retired players say it is soft.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is soft when you look through their lens. That's true. But that's the way that the game is today. And so if you're a fan just coming to the game now, or, you know, if this is the game you love, you accept it and you keep moving on. As long as the fans love it, as long as the players are having fun with it. But definitely compared to the 80s, to the 90s, there's no doubt about it that the game is soft as far as physical play. But at the same time, look what it's produced. It has allowed players to show the beauty of an offensive jump shot, of an offensive move, and also made defenders get that much better because you have to move laterally and can't use your hands to guard.
Barnes, he's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And Caldwell Pope drops them both. Chris, if you were on the rules committee, what rule change would you like to see the NBA make going forward?
Kevin, there's not a rule I'd necessarily have changed, but I'd ask them to kind of reinterpret a couple of rules, and that goes with the flagrant foul. I often see so many plays that are just hard fouls called as flagrant fouls, and that can affect not only a player and later on whether it's a flagrant 2, but it can affect the game. It can affect the next game by how it's interpreted by a player being kicked out because of that. And so I just want to take the sensitivity or put the toughness back into that. So many flagrant fouls are called and they're not going at the head, or they're chopping down on the wrist, and I just like to see it get back to be interpreted as it was a little while ago, maybe 20, 25 years ago.
Ball dishes to Caldwell Pope. Now the feed to Barnes. There's the pick. Over Simmons. Barnes can't get it to go. The 76ers leading by 15. Fultz kicks to Embiid. Shot from 16, and there's Caldwell Pope. That's good on the assist by Barnes.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Fultz with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. It's Redick on the wing. From the arc. Hands it from downtown. Redick's got 6 in the quarter.
Oh, and that's his second three-pointer this half. I mean, he's really cooking now.
Ball, the pass to Zubac. Over in the corner, Barnes. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Here's Ball. To the inside. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it.
Sloppy is the only way you can describe his play thus far. Just way too many turnovers.
And the shot goes in from Fultz.
What a total 180-degree turn here. He wasn't making anything in the first half, but he looks like a totally different player now in the second half.
Now here's Barnes. Here's the screen. Again, Los Angeles.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Here's Holmes. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. Redick with the bucket.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Lakers trail by 20. Ball dishes to Barnes. Over Simmons. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position. I think his strength enables him to guard up and hold his own against power forwards, and coaches love that versatility.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That's good from Barnes. And Greg, you look at the versatility of Barnes. He can defend, I think, 3 positions.
And that's what the league is all about now. Switching on picks, much more popular. And with an all-around solid defender like Barnes, it doesn't uncover mismatches.
Barnes hits them both. The 76ers leading by 18. Fultz with the ball. Outside, Redick. Dishes to Simmons. Back to Redick. Pass to Embiid. Feeds to Fultz. Second chance shot. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Nance has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Barnes kicks to Caldwell Pope. Pass to Zubac. He dishes it to Nance. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. 5 on the clock. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Now here's Fultz. He kicks to Embiid. The pass to Fultz. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really the entire fourth quarter.
And you have to like this. Why? Because it's helping them space the floor, which can create other opportunities.
Man's a screen. There's the pick. Caldwell Pope passes to Barnes. Shoots over Holmes. Barnes can't get it to go. Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 12-4 run. Redick against Caldwell Pope. Now here's Fultz. He's guarded closely. Embiid the screen. Embiid sets the pick for Redick. And Embiid throws it down.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the 76ers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep. And that has to be a relief.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Joel Embiid.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
And it's a completely new group here for Philadelphia. Johnson the screen. Passes to Covington. Now McConnell. He feeds it to Sharnish from 12 feet out. That's his 4th miss of the game. He has made 6 of his 11 shots. Here's Hart. Kicks it to Ennis. 23 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Here's Hart, defended by Anderson. Off the mark and a bad shot there.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding you.
You know, I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.